Good morning and welcome to Tuesday of Lakewood's Next Daily Devotions. My name is Scott and I'll be with you all week. Look forward to our studies together. Today we're going to be in Matthew chapter 17. I'm going to read verses 24 through 27. When they came to Capernaum, the collectors of the 2 drachma tax went up to Peter and said, "Does your teacher not pay tax?" And he said, "Yes." And when he came into the house, Jesus spoke to him first, saying, "What do you think, Simon? From whom do kings of the earth take their toll or tax? From their sons or from others?" And when he said from others, Jesus said to him, "Then the sons are free. However, not to give an offense to them, go to the sea, cast a hook, and take the first fish that comes up, and when you open its mouth, you'll find a shekel. Take that and give it to them for me and for yourself." What a strange story by Jesus. What an incredible story where the tax collectors come to Peter and ask, does your leader pay taxes? And Peter says yes. And then when they come into the house, Jesus says to Simon, interesting, he says, "Simon, do the kings of the earth take their tax from their sons or from others?" And the obvious answer is, well, they take it from others. And Jesus said to them, "Then the sons are free." It's curious to me why Jesus would say that. The sons are free. What is it he really wants us to understand from that context? Well, he's really talking to his disciples and basically telling them that they have a higher citizenship. They have a higher citizenship than just the citizens of the land. And I think that's interesting that Jesus would say that, and maybe you and I need to hear that today, that we have a higher citizenship than just that of the country that we live in. But we also have a higher allegiance. And then when Jesus finishes his response, we realize this, that we have a higher responsibility. Jesus says, "However, in order not to give an offense, go out, cast out in the sea, the first fish you catch, look inside his mouth, and there'll be money to pay the taxes." What an incredible miracle by Jesus, something we probably don't talk about very often, but what an incredible miracle of Jesus. But what I want you to hear is that statement of Jesus, in order not to give an offense. You and I, we have a higher citizenship, we have a higher allegiance, and we also have a higher responsibility. Jesus told his disciples not to unnecessarily offend those around us, the world that we live in, the nation that we're a part of, the people that we interact with. He says not to give an offense, and he sends Peter out to get the money for the tax. It makes me think, how often are we unnecessarily offending people? I think that's a timely message for believers today. Sometimes we have gotten so worked up about the direction of the world that we live in, the things that are happening that we're not crazy about, and how often do we find ourselves in a mindset, in a perspective where we are unnecessarily offending. We don't need to unnecessarily offend, because there's going to be times that we're going to offend, and it's going to be absolutely necessary. But there's many, many times that you and I offend unnecessarily. So I want to encourage you as a follower of Jesus, as a believer in Christ, to make sure and pay attention in your life to those times that we don't really need to offend somebody. We need to live out the gospel, the grace of the gospel in a profound way, impacting the people that we live with and not offending unnecessarily. I hope you'll take that word today as encouragement, and I'll see you tomorrow.